Stephen Crowder, Narcissist, Part 7. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Well, we have seen video footage. I have viewed other footage of Crowder that I haven't included in my analysis in order not to make it too lengthy. I've read other articles about him. As is always the case when I undertake the analysis of individuals, when I put them under the Tudorscope, I look at a lot more evidence than just that which I tell you about to ensure that we have a comprehensive range of material from different sources and that it is seen over a sustained period of time to ensure that we're not just looking at a snapshot, because a snapshot of anybody's behaviour could have them labelled a narcissist, but is not representative of their actual behaviours over time. We've examined the fact that he had a dispute with the Daily Wire. We've looked at the comments that have been made about other people, his involvement in the 2012 union protest, his banning from YouTube as a consequence of comments that he's made about other people. We've watched the video footage of him talking about his divorce and his response to that, the berating of his 8-month pregnant wife, the threat of lawsuits with regard to Candace Owens, the information from Mr. Landau. So we've looked at a comprehensive range of material. And what does this tell us? Well, it shows that Stephen Crowder exhibits a sense of entitlement. He's an individual that orders people around and he expects an immediate response to that. He's self-absorbed. He expects perfection from others. He lacks accountability. He's told lies. He doesn't operate with any genuine friends. He doesn't provide meaningful emotional support to his wife. He behaves without manners. He doesn't stick to deals that have been made. He engages in a failure to apologise for his behaviours to his wife. He doesn't address the relationship issues in a meaningful fashion from what has been evidenced and explained. There is clear grandiosity. He has a platform which he repeatedly uses, and he thinks that he's worth far more than has actually been offered for that platform. He engages in showmanship. He thinks he's better than he actually is. He's prone to exaggeration. There is some boasting. He engages in monologues. He dominates conversation. He thinks he's cleverer than he actually is. He engages in haughty behaviours. He bad-mouths family, he bad-mouths colleagues, he's condescending, he's rude, he's dismissive, he holds court, he's arrogant, he believes that he's always right, he deems people to be stupid, he operates with a closed mind, he has a reputation for being difficult. He engages in a substantial range of manipulations, including flattery, bribery, the telling of lies, future faking, triangulation with object, triangulation with person, pity plays, smearing, promised gain, false compassion, false contrition, invalidation, belittlement, withdrawal, denial, guilt, provocation, projection, blame shifting, word salad, triangulation with children, use of threat, forbidden topic, use of insult, exhibition of fury, revision of history, shouting, alienation, feigned misunderstanding, argumentativeness, not good enough, intimidation, deflection, false accusations, isolation, cross-examination, accusations out of nowhere, vagueness, finding fault, circular conversations, bringing up the past. He has poor boundary recognition in terms of interference in relationships, transgression of professional boundaries, talking over people, interrupting people, breaches of confidence, taking over space. He shows various aspects of the narcissistic dynamic in terms of facade management, treating others as an extension of self, character trait acquisition, black and white thinking, the exhibition of the need to assert control, the exhibition of a response to a perceived threat to that control, hypocrisy, the exhibition of envy, objectification, compartmentalization, paranoia, hoovering, one-upmanship, use of hunting grounds, delusion, competitiveness, use of pet names, conspiracy theorist, use of shelving dynamic, dropping the narc bomb, micromanagement, superficiality. He therefore scores across those fields. He shows a lack of emotional empathy as a consequence of his behaviours. It's very clear that as a consequence from the clear evidence of a sense of entitlement, the significant evidence of a lack of accountability, the significant evidence of grandiosity, the significant evidence of haughty behaviour, the substantial evidence of manipulative behaviour, poor boundary recognition, and substantial aspects of the narcissistic dynamic, combined with the lack of emotional empathy, that Stephen Crowder is indeed a narcissist. He scores heavily from the evidence that has been portrayed, and I should imagine that based upon that, there's a whole raft of additional evidence that has taken place behind the scenes at home that we are not yet privy to, that undoubtedly that his wife may speak about more in terms of video evidence of the way that he has behaved, her own testimony of other family members that may well come out in the ongoing divorce proceedings, all demonstrating that he is an abusive and unpleasant man. As an individual that operates with a clear facade, he believes himself to be decent, God-fearing, that he's on the side of the righteous, but his behaviours demonstrate that he is abusive towards his wife. He may be abusive towards his children. We don't know about that. He's abusive towards other individuals with the smearing that goes on, with the name-calling, but he just passes it off as banter, as joking. But all of this stacks up. The evidence speaks for itself. Accordingly, by having looked at this raft of evidence that has come together over a sustained period of time, which we've taken from a variety of different sources, video evidence, his own statements on video, testimony from other people, interviews, news articles, etc., this has enabled us to pull all of this information together to make the determination. There then, of course, remains the question of what is his school and cadre. Those of you that are familiar with my work know there are 4 cadres: somatic, cerebral, victim, and elite. What cadre do you believe that he falls into, based upon the evidence that you've seen? Then there's the question of his school. Do you believe that he belongs to the lesser? And if so, which sub-school? What about mid-range? Do you think he's a mid-range narcissist? Why do you think that? What sub-school would you see that he belongs to within mid-range? Perhaps you see him as a greater, an aware narcissist who knows exactly what he's doing, that this is all calculated, that he's become a wealthy man as a consequence of his known manipulations of individuals. And if so, where do you see him within those sub-schools? Before I tell you what school and cadre he is, why don't you apply what you've learned from me, and in the comment section, state what you believe that he is, both in terms of school and cadre. I look forward to reading your comments before I provide you with the outcome. In the meanwhile, I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.